Hello, hello, hello. YouTube, this is Set Free from the Trap Ministry. We live in a world full of blind people. I'm not talking about no eyesight. I'm talking about this, your mindset. There are blind people currently living in this world. I'm talking about up here, your mind. A mind is a terrible thing to waste. Haven't you heard the commercial growing up? A mind is a terrible thing to waste. You may be too young for that commercial, okay? Anybody that maybe grew up in the 80s or 90s, a mind is a terrible thing to waste. And instead of giving your mindset over to Christ, people giving their mindset to the devil. Okay? The mindset. The mindset. The mindset is very important. This is all about your mindset. In this generation that we live in this social media generation we live in, people are giving their mindsets over to a lot of stuff. The mindset. So your mindset, whatever you give your mindset, whatever you give in your whatever you give in your mindset to, it's all about that mindset. The mindset. People don't seem to care about the mindset anymore. Positive thinking and self-help does not work. That is not what this is about. Positive thinking and self-help does not work. It don't work. The people, the people who buy explicit digital albums are totally blind in their mindsets. People who buy explicit digital albums are being deceived. The people who buy explicit digital albums are being totally deceived. They're more in love with entertainment than their mindset. They don't care about their mindset. Their mindset does not matter. The God, who is the God? Who is the God of this age? The devil is disguising himself. A lot of people don't think the devil's real. And that's what the devil wants you to think. He wants you to think that he's not real when he is real. The God of this age, the devil, is disguising himself. He has blinded the minds of unbelievers so they cannot see the light of the glorious gospel displayed, who's made in the image of God. Satan, who is called the God of this world, has blinded the minds of those who do not believe. They are unable to see the glory of the light of the good news. They do not understand this message. They don't. They don't. Because they're blind to God's truth. I'm talking about your mindset. And when you buying explicit lyrics and cussing stuff, the devil is blind in the mind. The world is full of blind people up here in the mindset. If the gospel is veiled, it's veiled from those that are perishing. The devil is blind in their mind. The devil is blinding people's mind with religion. Religion is not Jesus. Jesus Christ hates religion. He don't like no religion. That ain't him. People are blinded to God's truth, blinded from God's truth with religious stuff. Religion ain't no Jesus. No, that ain't Jesus. Religion comes from the devil. Relationship comes from Christ. So I'm on here to talk about a relationship with Christ. Not no religion. That ain't Jesus. Satan, who is the God of this world, has blinded the minds of those who do not believe. They are unable to see the glory, the glory and the light of Christ of the good news. They're unable to hear the message. Why? Because the devil is blinding the mindsets. So when you turn on explicit lyrics, explicit movies, whatever you're watching that's evil, the devil's behind that. You say, I can't see the devil. The devil's not going to show himself to you. He's got to deceive you. That's the goal. Deceiving. He's not going to show you that. He's not going to come out and tell you that it's him. He got to deceive you. The devil is deceiving people's mind from God's truth. Revelation 12. People are being deceived every day, every moment, every hour. The devil is he's deceiving their mind. They're deceived. Up here in the mind, they're deceived. They are being deceived. So The young man that goes to bed with explicit lyrics, you listen to explicit lyrics, you depend on those lyrics every single day. Something wrong with that young man or woman. That's all you do every day is ride around and listen to explicit lyrics all day and put that junk in your mind. And then you go out and you act out those lyrics and get in trouble and try to justify it. So the people who buy explicit digital albums are totally blind in the mind. That's the goal. That's why so many people reject Jesus Christ. The devil has got their mind and they're blind to God's truth. When you blind to God's truth, upper, you'll do and say anything. You got blind women. They're blind to God's truth. They're blind to the truth of God. Upper. They are blind to the truth of God. They're blind. The God of this age, the devil has blinded. He's blinding the mindsets. People are blind to God's truth. That's why people reject Christ. Hip hop rap game, the devil is behind those lyrics. He's blinding the mindsets. People are blind to God's truth up in their mindset. But I'm praying that God's goodness and kindness and love will lead you to repentance. Repentance means letting Jesus change your mindset. That's what repentance means. So you see a young man riding down, a blind young man. The young man or woman is totally blind to God's truth. They ride down the street listening to demonic, violent lyrics. They're totally blind to God's truth. Because that's the devil's lyrics they're listening to, but they don't know that. They think they're jamming. And when they're not, they're blind. They are blind. They are blind. They're blind to God's truth. Only Jesus Christ can deliver a blind man or woman. They're totally blind to God's truth. Up here in the mind. He says the God of this age has blinded the minds. There are blind people on social media that are totally blind in their mind. They're blind to God's truth. Because that's the devil's message on what you're listening to. But I'm going to continue to pray that God's goodness, kindness, and love will lead you to repentance. You will let Jesus change your mindset. That's what repentance means. Bye-bye.